whereby we get recommendation and obviously come to a logical conclusion to most of the conversations that we have here. And I will not lie to you, I would tell you that the year 2026 is starting off with a dramatic event. Trust me, like, yo, I am like, exactly, you guys chill, give us some time. And then we're just hearing one thing. Trump did a boom, 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 Venezuela, abducted, all these things that we watch on TV, like SWAT, whatever. As in, if you listen to the breakdown of how the money spent, the makeup that they did for the Nicolas Maduro's house, like they did a pre-op. They were practicing for months. Oh, like the preparation has been so massive. And then 150 Air Force jets. 150, like that saturated the skyline of Venezuela. I'm like, yo, you guys, if you're into action movies, that's basically how it feels like. But we're going to be discussing the political scenario into this. That's the geopolitics involved in all of this, and how Nigeria actually significantly may be impacted with this particular event that took place. If Trump can just wake up and say, you guys are not doing what I said you should do, and he can unilaterally make any decision concerning your country, we're going to be looking into that. Now, secondly, Wike, I don't know what is going on, but Wike has been on a rampage. I don't know what is happening. This time around, apparently Wike and the APC are at loggerheads. In fact, let me help you. Let's just listen to this. Just kind of listen to this, and then we'll continue. All right?
In this world, in this country, when you see people who are better than you, instead of you to say, look, how will I be that way so I can grow? You begin to be jealous, envious of such persons. I challenge any state in this country today, if you don't have the capacity, put the two parties together and see what it takes. This is the only state you can see the main two political parties working together. We did it in 2023. We said, President, you will take this one. The other party take this one. Let me say it happen. Where's the Tono Kocha? This is the chairman of APC. This is the chairman of PDP. Any state that can do it, tell them to come out. Not to talk, cha. No be whoa. Don't say this. Let me warn those who come to River State because you have heard about 600 billion. You come here, you connect, and you open your mouth, you talk anyhow. I want to say it. When you are doing something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your national secretary, leave River State alone. Leave River State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun. You don't know those who did the work. You're opening your mouth to talk about River State. Anything you see, take it. Anything you see, what? Take it.
Agreement is agreement, yo.
Mr. President comes back. When I see the Minister of Blue Economy, I will tell them to tell him, go and ask other people what has happened to them before. Putting River State, carry your hand to come to River State. If your hand burns, don't say the people no more. can challenge anybody. This state is a no-go area. This state is a no-go area. Whether you like it or you don't like it or there. So, take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. Take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. If not, when I come out, so I'm not here and I want to tell anybody, I'm done begging. All we are here, we have taken a decision to support Aswad Bola Ahmed.
They fear you.
Now, wow. So then they fear you. Okay, so meanwhile, the National Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Ajibola Basiru, has warned the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to desist from what he described as attempts to destabilize the ruling party. He insisted that the minister should resign from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet if he cannot stop interfering in the party's internal affairs. This was a statement that he issued today in Abuja. Basiru said his attention has been drawn to what he called the tirade of the FCT minister against his person and office, following his remarks that all members of the APC National Working Committee must accord sitting governors due respect, as governors remain leaders of the party in their respective states. Basiru expressed surprise that what he described as an innocuous statement could provoke what he termed uncouth responses from a member of the Federal Executive Council. He argued that it was incompatible for Wike to remain a minister in an APC-led government while allegedly causing confusion within the party. The APC scribe further insisted that Wike lacked the standing to interfere in the party's internal affairs, stressing that the former Rivers governor was not a member of the All Progressives Congress. Now, however, this is him saying, our records indicate that Minister Nyesom Wike is not a member of our party, the APC, so he lacks the locus to dabble into the affairs of our party. Please respect yourself. Wike had now warned Basiru to steer clear of Rivers State politics, declaring the state a no-go area for political interference. He issued the warning during a thank you visit to Oyibo local government area, alleging that some political actors were exploiting what he called, or what he claimed was, 600 billion naira in the state's coffers to make reckless statements about Rivers politics. The minister's comments followed remarks attributed to the APC Vice Chairman South Victor Giadom, who reportedly referred to Governor Sim Fubara as the so-called governor and claimed that Fubara could not secure a second term without Wike's backing. Basiru had now described Giadom's remarks as unfortunate, insisting that the office of governor must be respected regardless of political differences. Now, there is a lot of stark reaction and stark differences to Wike's mannerism, all right, and disposition towards issues as it concerns politics. And there is also another mannerism and disposition of the APC National Secretary. Don't worry, we're going to be discussing this evening because, again, what is going on? Wike has been on a tour in Rivers State. He went and met the traditional leaders. I take it, Tom, one of such persons, that please, you're my friend. I like you. Ever since I was the governor, I never heard of any issue within your constituency. Please stay away from politics. Politics will soon begin. Politics is starting off very soon. But please do not interfere in any political shenanigan about to take place in this state. You can kind of try to resolve issues, and if there is any problem, we can resolve it, but don't involve yourself in the politics. Wike has been going about meeting people in Rivers, warning them to stay clear of the politics. Nobody should interfere. Also disclose that Fubara will not emerge as the governor in Rivers State come 2027. Now, here is the funny thing, okay? Fubara has been declared as the 001 of Rivers. Any governor of the state is supposedly the leader of that party in the state. I don't know if Wike did not foresee Fubara defecting to the All Progressives Congress, but Fubara met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu before that defection. They were in a closed-door meeting. Wike was actually absent from the meeting, and conversations were heard and decisions were made. Obviously, Fubara would work hard to get support or more votes for the president come 2027. But in the midst of this, it's obvious that whatever agreement was supposedly agreed on, some persons have decided not to go with the agreement. However, does it mean that it's a do or die affair? And what is all this threat about concerning Wike making statements, no interference, including the APC, and making threats like, if you try it, you will burn, we will expose you? What does that even mean? Secondly, what does this portend for the president's administration? When you have a minister acting like you can't do anything to him, if you dare try something, I will expose you. After all, we know how we brought you to power. We know how we delivered the state for you in 2023. You guys, it's about to go down. Interestingly too, Fubara has been quiet in all of this. The only statement he made is that when dogs bark at their owners, they do that because they do not understand. And Wike literally took that statement he made to mean it is concerning him and said, this dog that is backing made you. This dog that is backing made you the governor of the state. It's not left for the people of Rivers. If Fubara declares his intention to run a second term, it's not left for them whom they want. If they want Fubara to be their governor, or if they want whoever it is Wike intends to choose to impose on the people of Rivers. Like I said, whatever happens in Wike and Fubara, they are both going to work in the interest of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Fubara is now in APC, and Wike claims he's working for Tinubu. So even if they fight, they're all fighting for the interest of Tinubu. Maybe this time around he may not interfere because it's going to work in his own interest, so long as the situation in Rivers does not de-escalate or becomes like what it became, where it became unruly, supposedly, as the president defined it before a state of emergency was declared on the state. All right, interesting scenarios are developing, and we're going to continue to see how that will run. Now, obviously, based on the political feud, we heard about a scenario concerning a particular pastor who planned an assassination attempt on Nyesom Wike. Apparently, the person is going through some investigations right about now. The indications just emerged very recently that this person tried or is planning, along with some Israeli mercenaries, to see how Wike could be abducted and, dealt with. Now, in that particular regard, the information was gotten. We don't know how that information was gotten, but that person is under severe interrogation, and they're asking questions as to who gave you the order to go against, to plot against the FCT minister. Obviously, this situation is not going to work out. But then the IGP and the intelligence response team arrested Dr. Tombari Joseph Beneol, who is a medical doctor and founder of Life Forte Chapel Church in Port Harcourt. Now, Beneol's arrest followed the interception of a telephone conversation between him and the immediate past secretary of the Rivers State government, Dr. Tammy Danagogo. In the intercepted call, the suspect allegedly disclosed plans to bring in Israeli nationals to carry out the assassination of Wike. The conversation reportedly ended with plans to approach Governor Fubara for funding to execute the operation. A senior security source described the content of the call as a grave national security threat, adding that it triggered the immediate intervention of the IRT. Following the intelligence report, operatives of the IRT, led by Commissioner of Police Ahmed Mohammed Sanusi, moved in, arrested Beniol, and he has reportedly been in detention for about 2 weeks. Security sources further disclosed that efforts are ongoing to arrest Danagogo, who is said to have been gone underground since the matter came to light. And confirming the development, the Nigerian police said the suspect is currently in custody. The police, however, declined to provide further details on the suspect's identity or the specific nature of the alleged offense, noting that detectives are still working to establish the full circumstances surrounding the case and identify possible accomplices. Has it gotten to that point with politics now? For real? Okay, we're going to see how things go. Wike must really have stepped on a lot of toes for you to have gotten to this point. Now, apparently, Dr. Chidi Odinkalu, or Professor Chidi Odinkalu, made a statement today which got a lot of people talking. He says that Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, does not need the vote of Nigerians to win elections. Let's take a listen to this.
The fact that you have the US president, first of all, he was the one that told us about this attack. You know, I could let that slide, you know, because I personally think that the people who are victims don't care where the help comes. I understand the contradictions and our failure, but those people need some succor. If the US intervention will bring it, fine. But what I find worrying, personally, Prof, is that our president has not spoken at all. He didn't make a broadcast, you know, and I'm told that he didn't make a broadcast also last year. And then he has left the country, you know, about the same time without saying a word. And then Anthony Joshua got involved in an accident. And then the president made a call to Anthony Joshua and put it out to us. Now, I mean, I'm not saying the president shouldn't call Anthony Joshua. Of course, he should. But how come we are hearing from our president about Anthony Joshua and he's not telling us a thing personally about the fact that we have America sending bombs to our territory? No word, no explanation, no accountability. What is responsible for that, in your opinion, Prof?
If I give the answer that I'd like to give, you know, people may get excited, but I think it is fundamentally because Tinubu does not need Nigerian votes to be president.
Wow, but he does need it. He must get it.
No, he does not need Nigerian votes to be president. Tinubu needs judges and INEC to give him a result. If you need votes of your people to be president, he will not be, with profound respect, acting with this degree of irresponsibility and utter disregard for the worth and well-being of Nigerians. No. It is because at the end of the day, let us all be honest. What he needs are the judges and INEC. If votes counted, Nigerian politicians would not be as irresponsible, from the president down, will not be as irresponsible as they are to behave as if Nigerians do not count. Because for good or for ill, and I agree with you, you know, people, you know, I've spent most of my life working on atrocities and insecurity across the world, and particularly across the African continent. And when you look at the situation, you know, Sudan, in Darfur, for instance, or indeed in the north of Ethiopia, in Tigray, in Sierra Leone, Liberia, where we had the situation in West Africa, you know, in the last decade of the last millennium. The fact is, people who are in trouble, or indeed in the Great Lakes of Africa, right? People who find themselves at the receiving end of a challenging situation do not mind where help comes from. I totally agree. But when that help involves something on the scale of a missile strike on your territory, you do expect that your president will be responsible enough to face his people and say, this is what transpired. And that, to not do that, to not think he owes Nigerians that, and to then leave the country. And while all of that is taking place, what happens? They issue a statement on a $1 billion financing arrangement for the so-called coastal road. They found time to do that. They found time to attend AO in Lagos. They found time to commiserate with Anthony Joshua publicly, but the president has not said anything about the situation. That, for me, is the most eloquent, as I said, of New Year's statements.
All right, that was Professor Chidi Odinkalu speaking there. Now, that is not the only development that we have heard. So, Dan Iwanyanwu, who is the Zenith Labour Party national chairman, actually had this to say. Let's take a keen listen. And is that actually true, what he disclosed? This was in a very recent interview with a particular online television channel. Let's take a listen to him.
We didn't need 20, 25 states, even 20 states, to win the presidency if he has satisfied the people. I told President Obasanjo this. I said, there's no need to struggle. If your work is good, Nigerians can see it. You don't need more than even with 10 governors or just to make your party strong, you can still win the presidency. If you look at the result of the last election, and let me pick the P2B you're talking about, he had no governor. You saw how many states he made 25%. Okay, you come to Delta. A sitting governor, vice presidential candidate of the PDP. He lost his state. He floored him. So that will give you the understanding that it is not the apex leadership that determines the votes. And I'm saying it emphatically. And with what has happened in Nigeria in the last few years, you will see leaders, either leaders of parties or self-acclaimed leaders, going to the war front without their subjects. That will happen in 2027. And unless until you touch those subjects, they may not be with you. So if people are moving, it doesn't move me because I understand the political barometer. There are states I can mention now that those that have moved will lose those states. When the collection of the result of the presidential election was tough in 2023, I was in the East, and it came to the point that our intelligence confirmed it that President Buhari didn't want Tinubu to take over. Read my lips. President Tinubu was not wanted to succeed President Buhari. President Buhari was working on an interim government, which he had plotted to hand over to my very good friend, good guy, the Senate President. That was our intelligence. If President Buhari at that point had cancelled the coalition, sacked Mahmoud, appointed another INEC chairman, who would now come and tell you that, look, I can't finish this in 3 months. I have to go back to the drawing board. By that time, President Buhari's government will be running. That's how the interim government would have come in. If that was done, how would P2B have known that he scored more than 6 million votes? Indeed, he scored more than 6 million votes. How would Atiku have known that he scored that number of votes? So I think it is those figures that has emboldened P2B now to see, without money, with naked love, Nigerians gave me these votes. So if I put little effort, I could make it. These are what I think, in my view, that has emboldened him. And he kept moving, talking since then. But Nigerians forget very easily.
So the big question is that, is it true that former President Muhammadu Buhari wanted to install an interim government? Did he want to shy away from whatever agreement that was heard? I mean, in 2015, which led to him becoming the president. So he wanted to install an interim government under the leadership of Ahmed Lawan. The Senate president at the time was Ahmed Lawan, not the Senate president. At that time, it was Ahmed Lawan. So Ahmed Lawan will be the one in charge of an interim government. Interesting. So even if there will be an interim government, it would be the fact that while Ahmed Lawan is in charge of it, Buhari would continue along with Oshibajo. Is that true? Well, my analyst today will be giving us some of those interesting insights on the development concerning that. Now, Nigerians have been saying that what transpired in Venezuela, that there are similarities of what is going on in Venezuela and in Nigeria, and they're asking US President Donald Trump to replicate the same thing. The question is that morally right? Would you want that foreign kind of invasion in your country concerning how things happen whenever those people leave? And this is a supposedly democratic institution. Why would you want that kind of unilateral decision to be made when it comes to Nigeria? And they're asking questions. Where is your patriotism? Where is your protection? But others have said ever since the sweet gift that was given by Donald Trump on the 25th of December 2025, the president did not even deem it fit to address Nigerians. The Nigerians got to know about what happened via Truth Social, released by Donald Trump. But when Donald Trump did what he did with Venezuela, the next thing was to address the press. He had a full-scale press interview addressing all the journalists, responding to questions, admitting most of the things that they did and why they did what they did. How come the president has refused to address the nation ever since what happened in December 25, 2025? Up until that, we've had escalating scenarios of insecurity. Just 2 days ago, a community was basically run down by these guys. 40 persons were killed, the marketplace was razed, tons of persons kidnapped, taken along, abducted. Although the president issued a swift command to the Minister of Defense, but Nigerians are asking, where is the president though in addressing his people with all of these circumstances unveiling, creating panic and fear and giving room for speculation? Ladies and gentlemen, concerning the ADC ticket, there are talks that Peter Obi Kwankwaso are to battle Atiku for the primaries. Quite an interesting development. Barrister Darlington Agumwa, good evening. Thank you for joining us today on the Evening Rush. How are you?
Esther.
Sir, Happy New Year once again.
Yes, so I am fine. And
welcome.
You?
I'm okay. We're here. I mean, it was here yesterday, so we're always here.
In fact, literally, we never had any holidays.
We never had any holiday. It's the nature of the job.
Yeah.
Barrister Darlington Agumwa, you look good.
Really?
Yes, you look well fed.
Do something about it.
That you look well fed?
That things are okay.
As you do, it's okay now.
Why not snatch it, grab it, and run with it? All for free.
Oh my God. Barrister. Let's start off with the situation with Wike. Where is this audaciousness coming from?
Esther, look, I have told you here that evil doesn't last forever. Wike is about to go down. Now that Bashir is talking, go and watch and see what will happen, what will follow. I'm not joking, because this man, this nonsense he's saying is an aberration. That mention any state where you have a two-party in one state, and then there, you know, that kind of rubbish. I was telling any people who care to, this thing that we are tolerating is very, very annoying. Seriously. They are done using Wike. They want to throw him away. So this thing is making noise now. He's not talking to himself. If APC doesn't rise up early enough, Wike is going to do to APC what he did to PDP. Quote me. APC should wake up now. Now that you have an authentic leader in Rivers State called Lefubara, they should do away with Wike. His arrogance is too much.
What does Wike intend to do? Does he intend to go through illegal means to impose someone else in 2027? Because he's been literally going to corners telling people don't interfere in the politics, trying to isolate the guy.
No, he want to do the rigging thing he did in 2023. And he believes he will succeed with it. That's why he's literally warning everybody to stay away so that he can dominate the scene. You can imagine arrogance of the highest order. And that is what happened when you work, when you sacrifice your rights, when you surrender your right to an individual, that person is going to mess it up. Wike is becoming an overfed baby. It is time Tinubu think twice about Wike.
But there are talks that because of how Wike reacted, like maybe there are secrets he will spill if the president does try to supposedly put the tail in between his legs. So what secret, what edge does Wike have over the president that he thinks he can threaten them?
Look, there is nothing he will say that we don't know already. Is it not how he rigged the election in favor of Tinubu? Is there any other thing? Please, is there any other thing? What secret? Let him speak the secret and let's see whether he will remain in this country. Look, like Fubara told him, when a dog will start barking the owner, that dog is about to die. When a deity becomes too troublesome, the owner will remind it of the tree that carved it. Wike is about to go down. I will advise him to lick his wounds and go and sit down than going into this fight. He won't succeed because APC will not sacrifice Fubara for Wike. They will not. They will never. APC is going to support Fubara in Rivers State and not Wike. Wike have no place because, like that man said, he's not even a member of APC. So what is he talking about? Let him become a member of APC, then he can start talking from there. But for him to be in PDP and in APC, it cannot happen again because APC have somebody in Rivers State now. So all those rubbish he did in 2023, it cannot happen again. Thank God APC have started talking from the highest level. They have started talking. Is there left for them to call the people of Rivers State, all those lawmakers, all the local government chairman to watch it? Yes, they should call them to order to watch it and then rally round Fubara as the governor. Yes, they should rally round Fubara as the governor. They don't know any other person. In the organogram of a political party, there is nothing like non-state actors being the leader of a party in a state. It is not done. It can never be done. They should tell Wike that he's now a non-state actor in Rivers State. He has no more role to play in Rivers State. They should tell him that. Let him go and sit down. Nobody need all this nonsense he's doing. Nobody need it. And for good measure, Wike should not allow Donald Trump to include his name among those troubling Nigeria, like Sheikh Gumi, who is now doing everything to pull down his post and go into hiding. Wike should remember that he has skeletons in his cupboard.
Barrister, do you know how Tinubu is able to wield his influence across his supporters and all of that? Like some people will say, oh, he's the one who owns Lagos. He controls events in Lagos. Does it do it in such a way that makes it seem as if where he's deliberately imposing, voracious in how he does it?
Have you seen him talking?
So what exactly is
that
Wike's
is what I'm
method?
telling you, that Wike is a very crude politician. In fact, he has no manners. I'm not joking. He has no manners at all. He's very crude. Very, very crude. He's not cultured. Look at the way he's talking. He has no manners at all. No manners. That will tell you the kind of person. You know, when you give somebody something that is very big, he'll be asking you, is it for me? Who did you ask me to give it to? I think Wike has been over-pampered by Tinubu, and it is time Tinubu draw this man before he will embarrass him. I'm not joking.
Or do you think Wike is deliberately doing what he's doing so that the president then reacts? Because I am actually surprised, even if Wike and Fubara are working for the president, but all of this is actually quite embarrassing. And questions are now being asked, what exactly is the kind of connection or relationship that Wike has with the president that even the president's close allies have not come out publicly to boast as to this is how close they are with the president, or possibly things that they have done for the president?
The president only rewarded Wike for rigging the election in his favor in a PDP state. That's all. Esther, that is all, nothing else. And he has been rewarded by giving him an FCT minister. So that is the end of the matter.
So why has the president been mum in all of this? I was expecting Bayo Onanuga, Femi Gbajabiamila, the president's chief of staff. Even if the president doesn't want to speak with him or even grace him with any response, the close allies of the president have been very mute about this.
Go and watch it very soon. the APC leadership will come out with a statement against Wike.
Well, Basiri just responded and warned him to resign his position, that he's trying to create conflict and rift within the All Progressives Congress.
Exactly. That's the first. He has fired the first shot. So other leaders of APC will take a cue until you get to Tinubu.
So what does Wike mean by saying that anybody who dares interfere in Rivers politics, their hands will be burned, that he's warning them now?
I said, don't worry yourself. Just, I told you, monkey clever. Now when 3 days together, one day I will come here and say, Esther, how far with Wike? Because he's not threatening everybody, including Tinubu. He's not threatening everybody. So he's the owner of Rivers State, Abi. Can you imagine that arrogance and impunity? Even with all the things Tinubu is doing in Lagos, have you heard it? I've seen Tinubu talking like this. I said that man is very crude. This is somebody who wants to be a godfather in Rivers State. Look at how he's talking. You come out openly and be talking as if you are something. Just wait until EFCC come and knock on your door. You will not know how far.
Does he have immunity?
Me waiting. That's why I told you that the Tinubu just kept him for a purpose. Now he has overstayed his welcome in APC. That's the truth. Very soon, EFCC will come after him. The land he grabbed in Abuja and the houses he bought in America are still there.
That's Florida.
Just don't worry yourself. Shebi is arrogant, Abi. Very soon now, we'll know how far. Very, very soon now, we'll know how far. So even with Fubara in APC, this man doesn't want this River State to have peace. What the hell? What the hell? The people of River State, are there no men in that state? Are there no men in River State? I've asked this question before. Look, I am ashamed of the people in that state.
But didn't you hear them hailing him? You didn't hear them? Then they fear you.
Those ones are riffraffs. I call them riffraffs because if they are responsible human beings, is it wicked that get back to them? No, tell me, is it wicked that get back to them? You see what we are talking about, men. If these people are responsible human beings, men who are men, will they be dancing around Wike with all the baggages he's carrying, with all the arrogance, with all the crudity in him? Very crude and very vulgar. And you are following such a human being. For what? There are no men in Rivers State. That is why I look at it. If they are, Wike cannot be behaving like. They should have called him and said, look, my friend, it's okay. I said it's okay.
Even all the leaders in Rivers State are quiet. Even Asari Dokubo that likes to talk whenever it reaches and whatever. He's been quiet as well.
I am ashamed of them, seriously. They are the ones that allow Wike to be behaving like this. They should come together and issue him a red card. Enough is enough now. Why can one man be claiming to be the owner of Rivers State and all of you kept quiet? Look at how he's behaving and talking to men as if there's nobody there. If your hand will burn, are you the owner of River State Wike? Are you the owner? It does not say belong to you.
Well, obviously that's what it means. That they should stir off Rivers politics. It's none of their business, including the APC secretary.
I am ashamed of anybody in River State who is tolerating this nonsense. I am ashamed of you people. There are no men in River State. No men. No men in Rivers State. Quote me.
What if they've been settled? Because obviously there are divided loyalties. There are those who are loyal to Fubara, loyal to Wike. Obviously those who are loyal to Fubara are quiet. Those who are loyal to Wike are kind of loud.
Insulting, this man is insulting everybody as if he's the owner of Rivers State. Even when he had left office. So Rivers State now belongs to Wike, Abi? Nobody can come there and talk except he says so. Are you serious? Now you people should continue. I wish you well, when the chiefs are done, don't say I did not tell you, I did not warn you. What kind of rubbish is that?
Well, the APC secretary has fired back at Wike, asking him telling him that he's not God and asked him to resign.
I'm telling you.
He should resign now. And I actually liked his response. It was very polite and it was, formal. It wasn't as derogatory as one would have thought it would sound.
Come and try that in Imo State now. No, come and try it and tell us whether you have to.
You heard what happened in Imo State, right?
Let them come and try it.
The whole situation with Samuel Anyanwu and how Hope Uzodinma pulled the stunt that he pulled. So apparently, maybe there are those that are even closer to the president that they don't talk but possibly Wike wants everybody to know that he has the upper hand. Anyway, like I said, this is the political season. The dramatic events are just beginning to unfold. Wike himself has been so anticipatory of the political activities in 2026.
From the beginning, I told Wike that this gambit will not end well. At the end of the day, you'll be neither here nor there. You'll be like that bat, Abi, also. You are neither a bird or an animal. That is the truth.
All right, Barrister Darlington, like I said, these are going to be quite interesting developments. Did you listen to what Professor Chidi Odinkalu said?
Yes, I
Do you
did.
agree with that line of thought?
I agree completely.
Why
but,
would you say
but things
so?
are going to change. You see, he miscalculated. Most of these people, they never knew that Donald Trump would be interested in Nigeria to this extent. And so the man is watching. If anything go awry in the next election, there will be problem here. Esther, if things happen the way it happened in 2023, in fact, they have just invited trouble. So, if you are popular, if you are claiming whatever, let this election be free and fair. That's all. That is all, oh. Because we are talking of Maduro. We don't know what Donald Trump is going to do.
Are you sure he hasn't moved on?
I said.
Are you sure he hasn't moved on? Because right now, the next country that Trump wants to have his hands on is Greenland. He's focusing on his foreign policy. So are you sure he hasn't moved on?
He told you he's coming back. You don't know what he said. Trump said he's coming back.
Well, recently we heard him say that he has deployed his military to ensure that they eviscerate ISIS. With the latest development that happened in Niger State 2 days ago, House of Rep member Riley Moore actually put up a tweet and said,
yes.
Hear what we have been telling you since, and you say there is no Christian persecution. In fact, aside from that, when ISWAP put out a post where they were burning communities that are Christian dominated, House of Rep member Riley Moore then spoke. So there are talks that America is not yet done with Nigeria.
Of course.
But then there are concerns as to why the president himself has not been in the country for a while, ever since what happened, and that he has not made any statement. So some persons say the reason why the U.S. is kind of calm is because the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu cooperated immediately with them. They didn't taunt, they didn't foul, they didn't go wild like Nicolas Maduro did. Do you think that's basically what transpired? What made the situation not turn out to be what happened in Venezuela?
Good. That is part of it. Then the second thing is that Tinubu had an agreement with these people.
Okay.
That is why he has been giving them soft landing until Donald Trump moved in. And so
hold on.
Yes.
Tinubu had an agreement with who? The U.S. House of Rep members or America?
No. These terrorists.
Barrister, you cannot make such a statement
Oh
on
my
national
God.
radio
Esther,
without any evidence, Barrister Darlington.
Listen.
Where is your evidence to that
Good,
statement?
Good. The facts are there.
Where are the facts?
The fact is that this president has been very soft on these terrorists.
So does it mean that he made any agreement with them?
Bayo Nonoga, his spokesperson, told you that he spoke with them. They made a deal with them when they kidnapped people. Esther, what other evidence are you looking for? That is President Tinubu's spokesperson. No, tell me that I'm lying now. Tell me. What does that tell you? Did you hear any time that Tinubu said, no, we didn't make any deal with them, that Bayo Nonoga spoke on his own? Did you hear such a thing, any rebuttal? Oh, yeah, now continue to challenge me. So the man has something to do with these people. Maybe they kept him in office and he didn't want to offend them. Esther, please tell me, since Tinubu came into office, is there any time President Tinubu spoke in an annoying manner, very frontal, against the terrorists? Is there any time he called out any of them, that mentioned their name and threatened them like Donald Trump did?
Oh, that's a good point. He
Hey,
has never
tell
been
me,
very
tell
precise and
me,
articulate
tell me.
in making a public statement,
Oh,
condemning
so
without
what-
tweeting or speaking through his spokespersons.
So what evidence are you telling me here?
Do you think he was trying to be careful?
Very, very careful not to offend them. That is just the truth. He's afraid of
If you're
them.
afraid of them, people are dying. People are being killed.
doesn't matter
A political
to him.
analyst just recently said that the attitude and brazenness of those guys means they are coming down south. They have been so reckless. They are coming down south, Kogi, Kwara, and they have been insistent.
To make
Now, the
matter-
Nigerian crew on ground have really been trying, but you can tell that they have completely been strained.
They are not.
Barrister,
Esther.
ever since Trump did what he did, the
Esther.
efforts has been working.
Esther, now I up to tomorrow, I am disappointed in the Nigerian military. I am
Barrister.
ashamed of them seriously.
In
Esther,
what
if
way?
they have done what they're supposed to do, Donald Trump will not come here to embarrass us. Esther, if they have routed all the terrorists before now, please, will Donald Trump come here? Is that not a question for you to answer?
Barrister,
We have which military? Esther, when I read how the same military killed one of their own, the former chief of army staff who wanted to do the job, that man that
yes,
that Ali Kefas
yes,
talked about how they bombed him. Esther, they killed one of their own, and you are telling me that you have a military. They killed one of their own, a man who want to do this job, a man who would have stopped the killings, both civilians and the military. Is it that military that did that job, Esther? Is it a civilian selling meat in Oshodi market? Or didn't you read that report here? You brought it here now.
Yes,
up to today, Esther, did Tinubu look into that report? The man said he submitted it to him. Esther, did he say anything? He's afraid of mentioning those people there. He's afraid of calling them out. Esther, is that not true? So what evidence, what other evidence are you looking for? The facts are there that Tinubu has something to do with these people. He doesn't want to expose it. He doesn't want to violate it. That's why whenever they strike, he will carefully avoid calling out their names, or he will travel. He will travel and leave the country, and they issue a statement from wherever he is. Chief of army staff, this other person, go after those people. Those people, you don't know them, Abi? Those people. That's what the number. He would not call out there, even though when people are telling him, look, these are the people that did this, you know. When he went to Benue, the 13 told him that this is not Faber header class. The 13 had, even after that, what did he do? He didn't say anything. No. As I talk to you now, terrorists are occupying Plateau and Benue villages.
Even Niger, Barrister, just barely 2 days after the Kasuwa Daji market attack in Bologu local government area of Niger State, which left over 40 people killed. Do you know that this gunmen returned? They targeted a mobile police station, a mobile police checkpoint in New Kali Wawa ward of the same local government area, where they killed more than 40 people and abducted scores of persons. In fact, the attack took place on Sunday, around 12:30 a.m. Barrister. 12:30 a.m. The assailants set fire to officers' living quarters. They destroyed the farm produce. They seized some belongings. However, there were no casualties reported. But the thing is, the president gave a swift order to the Minister of Defense, to the Chief of Army Staff, said those persons that were abducted must be released, and that calm must be restored in Niger State. And it was like somebody did not speak for these individuals to come back to that same community to raise down the mobile checkpoints.
So, you know, so Esther, on a more serious note, since Tinubu came into office, has he made any world press conference concerning these people and what they are doing, these terrorists?
That's very worrisome, Barrister, because like I said, when the situation with Nicolas Maduro happened, Trump responded to all the questions from the journalists. All the questions. And the funny thing was, what happened on December 25, we did not even hear it from the Nigerian government. We heard it from the United States of America. It was later that Yusuf Toga, Minister of Foreign Affairs, as well as what's his name, Daniel Wala, started explaining how the whole situation happened. At that time, the president had left Abuja. He was in Lagos. Since then, we've not heard him say anything.
Just like Odinkalu said, you had all the time to come for a in Lagos, Abi. You had all the time to go and do other things, but this thing that concerns Nigerians, a very important issue, you did not know. Even your official, none of them said a word, Esther. And you are telling me that they don't want to offend these terrorists. That is just the simple truth.
Meanwhile, Sheikh Gumi has been vituperating and spilling. We recently heard he deleted all his tweets, said the American government is targeting him. But later he came out to say that he never said American government was targeting him.
Really? Are you serious?
He said that he never said so.
Really? This is the man that Saudi Arabia said he should not step into their country. But he can make all the noise in Nigeria and everybody tolerating him. Esther, if Tinubu is serious about fighting this thing, is it not time to arrest Gumi with what he has done and said so far? Shouldn't have Tinubu arrested this man up till now? He just pampered these people. give them all the privileges that they don't deserve. Eh? Why can't Tinubu give order that those people occupying Benue and Plateau villages, that he want them to be flushed out so that these people can go back to their farm and to their villages and to their homestead? Eh? Esther, please, is that not what you're supposed to do as a president? No, tell me.
That is true. That is responsibility.
I said this thing pains me so much. If I had the power, I would have done it without even consulting with anybody. Why should the indigents of a state be sacked from their village and they are living in squalor in an IDP camp? And the president of that country will go to bed and sleep and wake up. He's not even bothered. Eh? If you are not afraid of these people, why can't you give such order? Eh? Let us start from there. You don't keep quiet every time you are fighting insecurity. Meanwhile, insecurity is there with you. What kind of deceit is this? They are not serious. Esther, they are not serious. What are you telling me? Even the Nigerian military, where we are there when these people enter Nigeria and sack the people of Benue, where we are there? The Nigerian military, foreign terrorists occupying Nigeria. They have settled down. Because this thing is not more than over get to 10 years that these people have been there. And the people of Benue are living in squalor in IDP camp. And the government is not bothered. They are not even concerned. Rather, the Fed lady went to give them 1 billion naira in IDP camp. Not talking of their homes, Esther. Not talking of their homes. How can they become responsible human beings in IDP camp? They are giving birth to children in that place. And those people will grow up tomorrow and ask questions. What will you tell them? That you are a government, you are there when people come and take over their homes, Abi? No, tell me, what explanation are you going to give those people when they grow up tomorrow? What explanation? Foreign terrorists entered Nigeria and they took over part of Nigeria and nobody is even talking about nobody, Esther. The military are there. The government is there. And you are telling me you are fighting this. You are not doing anything, Esther. They are not doing anything. Quote me. They are not doing anything. We don't have a military. Go to America and try it now. Esther, let somebody go to America with Donald Trump that is looking for what to do. You now stroll into his country, kidnap one American, or even go somewhere and say you are doing terrorism. In fact, he will personally roast you. But here, look at people. They come here, issue order. ISWAP, is ISWAP Nigeria? Is it a Nigerian thing? But Esther, look at how they entered here and they are threatening all the Christians. That if you don't convert to Islam, if you don't become a Muslim, you're a dead person.
Barrister, let's look at the situation with Nicolas Maduro and Nigeria. So you saw, I'm sure you heard everything that happened during the weekend, and a couple of persons even needed to start reading up on Venezuela. This whole situation did not start now anyway. For a couple of you who have been following geopolitics or following some of this international political trend, this thing has been on since way back the Biden administration. In fact, during the Biden administration, they had demanded that Nicolas Maduro be caught dead or alive.
Yes.
And when that did not happen, we saw the elections that took place in Venezuela and the crude and fraudulent practice that took place. The opposition had to run away, obviously, and get resident outside or take exile outside Venezuela. So obviously Trump had actually made a lot of statements and spoken with Nicolas Maduro to actually tender or declare himself available, but according to Trump, Nicolas Maduro refused.
Yes.
Another thing that made Trump get very angry was that Nicolas Maduro was having business ties and selling some of the American licenses, oil companies, to allies of his, but that are not allies of the US. One of such persons that anytime Trump is speaking is China. You must always hear China on the lips of Trump. It's like there is a major competition with China. And so, according to what we read about, Trump disclosed that Nicolas Maduro was selling some of these things not with dollars, but in a different currency, and that he wasn't comfortable with it. So again, we saw how it culminated. Now, if you had known the breakdown of how this thing happened, the method through which Trump did what he did, how they did a pre-op to the operation, the exact model of Nicolas Maduro's home. Now, they had somebody that was working for Nicolas Maduro, a very close security aide to Nicolas Maduro, who gave them exact details. Nicolas Maduro's everything, and they gave a particular picture. Now, there are talks that corruption was bedeviled Nicolas Maduro's government. Okay, the people, according to them, they said they were not happy. But we saw some videos of some of the people calling out Trump and saying you had no right to do what you did. Now, Nigeria is now being put in context with what transpired. And there are talks, could what happened with Venezuela happen with Nigeria? We took a very short break. When we come back, Barrister will be actually speaking on that. Please do kindly stay with us. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. Solution don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill o. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oya run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we dey for shop F1179 industrial section, Ojo Alaba International Market, or shop G6 electronic section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Ute Obochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karu District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we dey for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center for Rivers State. Yohaku website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
Thank you so much for staying with us right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. The Evening Rush is right here. My name is Esther Wachuku, and I currently have Barrister Darlington Agumor. Barrister Darlington, yes. Well, yesterday I had Mr. Segun Shokwiton, who we discussed a little bit of international politics and how this thing works. A couple of persons have said that Trump has become he's acting too powerful, like he can do what he likes and nobody will sanction. There are also questions that why did the UN not say anything? And even the UK decided to exonerate themselves by saying, we were not aware, we don't know what Trump did. But if you understand the makeup of the United Nations, you realize that the major sponsor there, the major shareholder is actually the United States of America. If you also look at NATO, it is also the United States of America, so they can make unilateral decision. Trump also disclosed that he did not carry along Congress. He did what he did on his own. Very few people knew about it. According to Trump, he said there were going to be leaks, and so he deliberately did not take them along. The Democrats have said they're going to sue, that what Trump did was wrong, imposing on the sovereignty of a nation. Right now, Nicolas Maduro is actually being taken to court in the UK, in New York, in the United States of America. And the custody where they put him is where they put persons like PDD and the likes. Now, the big question is this. Trump is actually still on Nigeria's neck. He has recently given an instruction that those ISIS enclaves should be taken off in Nigeria. They were the ones who disclosed to us that they have more than 36 terrorist cells in Nigeria. So, Barrister Darlington, ideally, do you think anything like that can take place in this country? 1, 2, why would some Nigerians want such a thing to happen? Don't you think this is the best time for us to be patriotic and stand in unification regardless of the manipulations of the politicians and say we do not want any kind of foreign invasion?
Esther, I am a strong believer in the 48 laws of power and the principle of the end justify the means. If you're a leader and you don't apply this principle, you will not succeed. Even God Almighty, do you think God is a nice man? Esther,
God is not a nice man.
Is God a nice man who promised the Israelites a land that does not belong to them? He said they should go and take the land. True or false? No, true or false? The same God who sent Moses to go and deal with Pharaoh somewhere in Egypt. Look, go back to history. It's not like people think that some of these things, you learn from what happened. The way it is now, the world has gone rogue. There are criminalities all over the world, and somebody had to bring discipline here. Somebody had to bring sanity here, and that is the Donald Trump. He is the punisher that God is sent to the world today. If not, these guys will overrun the world just in one sweet swoop. The way these terrorists are roaming large, somebody need to bring them to order. That is what I think here. So Donald Trump has come to bring sanity into this world, including rogue government that are pretending to be Democrats. Why not, if not?
But Barrister, the Tinubu government cooperated immediately with America. So obviously that cannot happen.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Donald Trump, go and check.
Check where?
Hold on, I'm coming. Go and check. America. They have a principle. No matter how you cooperate with them, when they discover that you are becoming a nuisance, they will deal with you. Go and ask Muammar Gaddafi. Go and ask Noriega. Go and ask Saddam Hussein. Is that not true? They were all active agents of CIA.
But the question is, Barrister, why is there any similarity between Venezuela and Nigeria? That some Nigerians will call for that kind of treatment.
The whole of Latin American states, their economy is powered by cocaine. And those cocaine are heading to America. All the Latin American states, they depend on cocaine for their economic growth. All of them. And Donald Trump is telling them that, look, you see this thing you people are doing. You are sending it to my country and it's affecting my people. Stop it.
He said a lot of people are mental.
So why should a president be manufacturing narcotics in a laboratory and sending it to America? Is that not what Donald Trump said? How many times have they arrested Venezuelan ships that are carrying drugs? How many times? Tell me. So Donald Trump has reasons. You are the one that invited. Besides, this man, this Venezuelan president is not a Democrat. Do you know how many Venezuelans that are outside the country? He chased them out of the country. With his drug dealing partners that are sustaining him in office. Is that not what happened? So Donald Trump got angry. In fact, he got very angry with him because of all this rascality. The so-called oil, is this man using it for the benefit of Venezuelan people? The answer is no. Check this man and check Václav Havel. When that man died of cancer, in fact, the people of Venezuela, they were rolling in the street crying.
We have to be unified.
Because of how good this man was in office. They were crying. The whole Venezuelans.
All right, but Barrister,
so why can't this man take a cue?
Who? Which man?
This man that Donald Trump kidnapped today. That he came into office and started behaving since 13 years ago. He has been in office. 13 years.
Yeah, what I'm even trying to say, Barrister, is this. Is there any form of comparison or case in point with Venezuela and Nigeria? In the case of Nigeria, President Tinubu cooperated with the U.S.
You have said this since before.
No, look, what I'm saying
is... the cooperation is not enough. Listen.
Okay.
The cooperation is not enough. All these things are pretenses. If you cooperate with Donald Trump and rig election to power, is that cooperation? Hold on, though. Are you doing this so that Donald Trump will allow you to rig election in 2027? We will not accept that. All this deceit is... I'm above that nonsense. If you are doing this so that Donald Trump will not look into what will happen in 2027, it's a lie, yo. It is a lie. If this thing is not done proper, there will be problem. America will step in.
Let me ask you a question, Barrister. Why
Yes.
does the government of the day have issues with carrying Nigerians along?
Is
The
that-
reason why does the government of the day have issues, not just this government, even during the administration of late President Muhammadu Buhari, they barely communicated with the people and they give room for a lot of speculation. Let me give you an instance. What transpired on the 25th of December?
Because they didn't come into Nigeria to govern, they came to loot.
No, Barrister.
Esther, listen very well. There's a difference between a government that want to govern, somebody that knows what democracy is all about, somebody that want to grow your economy, somebody that want to bring sanity into governance. Esther, that is not what APC represents. That is why you and I are looking for 210 trillion naira under APC government. In the history of this country, have you heard or seen when such an amount of money was missing in Nigerian coffers? And they are now trying to impose the tax on you without telling us where that money is. APC never came to govern Nigeria. They come to plunder Nigeria. And the facts are there. Esther, the facts are there. If not, that kind of money cannot be missing in Nigeria. And this government does not even care. They don't bother. They are not even making effort to recover the money from those who are holding it. So they came to plunder Nigeria. Nothing else. That is why they don't communicate with you. They don't even regard you because their vote never counted. So if a government came into office with all these baggages, how can they govern well? Esther, I have asked you and all these APC supporters, tell me one thing we can say, yes, this is what we have gained from APC, from Buhari to Tinubu up till now. Just one thing, I'm not saying two, one, that is sustainable. That people will say, yes, this one, no, Tinubu has done well, this one, no, Buhari have done well. Mention one thing you can say you have gained from APC as a government. Rather, everything is going down. All the things we gained from PDP, they scattered and destroyed all of them with propaganda. Now, look at where Nigeria is. From number 1 economy in Africa to number 4. So, who is now deceiving who? All the while we have been saying it, did they pay attention to us? No, it doesn't matter. But I thank God, all our predictions have come to reality. I don't know what they will say now. I don't know what they will say now. Tell me what is governance here. Tell me that governance APC have brought into Nigeria. That governance, except that somebody is proud that he's growing the biggest political party in the whole world. Because every criminal is hiding in APC. They are running into APC. And so you believe that you are making progress. Because people are running into APC to hide from EFCC. But you cannot tell me that you are growing the biggest economy in the whole world. You can't say that. That is the level of wisdom they have. Esther, that is their level of wisdom. Your party is the biggest political party in the whole world. And so what? And so what else? And so what? Where is your economy? Where is that not economy that determines this America that is ruling the world? Is it not because of their strong economy? $39 trillion. America is first, second, third, and fourth in the economic growth. So on what ground will you start to challenge them when your own is not even up to 1 trillion? No, on what ground will you challenge such an economy? So I don't know what else to say about this, because from the beginning I've been saying it. I have never, because somebody will call now, you don't see anything good in APC. Tell me what is good in APC. Esther, tell me what is good in APC. At least that's how to counter me. Tell me that in this one, APC did well. Since they came into office, insecurity have stopped. Rather, under their word, the thing is getting bigger and wider.
Well, Barrister, if you're watching us on YouTube right about now, GOP 903 FM, you will actually see a video of Trump addressing these issues. He has beside him J.D. Vance, as well as some of his top cabinet members. One of his defense secretaries as well is beside him, where he's giving orders talking about the situation with China, also along with Russia, disclosing that he's highly disappointed with Russia because questions were asked at Donald Trump. If you could do what you did to Venezuela, why have you not done that with Russia, considering what they consider to be violation of human rights? The same thing too with Israel, that is Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister. They say these persons have committed war crimes against humanity, and that even America, who is a close ally of those guys, provide them weapons. They've seen videos and pictures of them, bombing areas where innocent residents reside, hospitals, children, and that Trump did not invade. So they consider Trump to be a bully, one who just decides to pick on countries he thinks will not be able to retaliate. Barrister Darlington, do you think that's what it is? Because there are questions which were thrown at Trump concerning Russia and concerning Israel.
Esther, under the UN, the veto power is vested on the superpowers.
And who are the superpowers?
You don't violate each other's in whatever they want to do. Russia is there, China is there.
Okay, so if Trump is trying to act like the big teacher, wielding the big stick in trying to correct anomalies and ensure that there is law and order, are you saying he's selective in what he's doing?
I mean, do you want to... if you can't even go into Russia with this kind of behavior.
So if he cannot do that, knowing full well how Russia has been treating Ukraine, why did he do what he did in Venezuela?
There are superpowers. I told you here, Esther.
Superpowers in what context? Barry said they committed crimes against humanity.
They have veto power. They have veto power and they enjoy that privilege. These are the people who won the Second World War, the Allied power forces.
No, Barry said, the journalists asked, like I said, if you're watching us, you see the journalists, they threw questions and they asked, why was the same thing not replicated with Russia? Why didn't you do what you did with Russia?
I just told
there have been talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin to see how there could be a peace deal to stop the killing of innocent Ukrainians. The same thing too was applied with the Israel Prime Minister, saying, let's have a discussion so that, what is going on in Palestine will cease. I know you're going after Hamas and the other terrorists, but in this particular instance, women and children are being murdered in the same vein.
Look,
and hospitals are being destroyed, infrastructure destroyed.
Don't bring Hamas and Israel into this matter because Hamas called for what happened to them.
No, I know. I am saying that Trump is saying, they're asking Trump. These are the questions that we're asking Trump. That we do know Israel is fighting against Hamas. But in the midst of this, the casualties seems to be quite overwhelming.
It's collateral damage. Didn't Israel suffer the same fate when the Hamas entered into Israel? Did they spare anybody? They killed almost 2,500 of Israelis, women, children. Is that not true?
So, Barrister, could it be that the reason why Trump is afraid of this nation is that they could go chest to chest with the kind of weaponry and military weapons that they have? Is that it?
None of them can match America. It's just that they are enjoying the veto power they have. I just told you the economy of America. China is just 19. Russia is just way down. So economically and militarily, America is up there. That's what I'm telling you here. It's just that under this victorious party in the Second World War, they are enjoying the privileges of that veto power which they have to checkmate another Third World War. That's just the truth. You can't go into Russia or China and do, rather they can discuss and negotiate and all that. Then why would they not allow you small fry, who don't even matter in the economic equation or military equation of the world? Why would you want to turn rogue? Is that not how Adolf Hitler started? They wouldn't want that to happen. So when you rear your ugly head, they will checkmate you. Yes, you must fall in line.
Well, Barry said the question that a couple of persons are asking is that Trump's intervention on certain countries, is it because he considered them to be weaker? For example, the next country that Trump intends to purchase is Greenland. He says it's very strategic to them. And he also talked about the fact that Greenland has been one of the pioneer countries that, that is part of NATO. Also the fact that there are quite a lot of natural resources that is in Greenland. Greenland, and so he's very invested. As of March last year, Trump was talking about Greenland, and that is the next place he intends to acquire, make it one of the states of America. So again, I am asking you, Barrister, does it mean that Trump can just wake up, look at a country, look at their natural resources and say, you know what, we think we should annex this country. We think there'll be a benefit for us, because we heard that in Greenland, there are a couple of trade routes, and China, again, anything that has to do with China is an angst on the neck of Trump. China actually has good trade relationships with Greenland, and obviously Trump wants that state to be part of the United States of America.
Esther, this same China you are talking about, what is their relationship with Taiwan and Hong Kong? Have they agreed to give them independence? No, just look at all these other countries. Are they doing better? That is what happens when you have this power. I just gave you example with even Almighty God. Almighty God. Or didn't you see how you have been acting? So please, if you are not up there, then behave yourself. Donald Trump is trying to protect his people. Why can't even Nigeria do the same? Give us good governance and protect us from
Trump
terrorists.
is trying to acquire Greenland, and according to him, Trump believes that the essence of having to take over Greenland would be a benefit to their nation's security. His demands
what is wrong with that?
Apparently, his demands have been rejected by the island's leaders and by Denmark, of which Greenland is a semi-autonomous territory. But that is where Trump is focusing on right now. Trump is repeatedly calling that they need to take over Greenland, that the U.S. military, this is exactly after the U.S. military raid on Venezuela, during which obviously Nicolas Maduro was taken. And Trump told reporters right there, we need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic right now. Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. What the essence, the issue here is the fact that they have close trade relationship with Russia and China, and Trump is saying that Russian ships and Chinese ships are all over Greenland, and he feels that for security's sake he's not comfortable with it. It's a national treasure.
Esther?
Seriously,
Esther,
despite the fact that the Greenlanders have rejected it, they're not interested in it.
Hold on, no. Somebody is trying to protect his territorial integrity against enemies, and you are saying he's I don't understand.
Well, Denmark's prime minister said the U.S. has no right in whatever capacity to annex the three nations in the Danish kingdom.
When the chiefs are done, you defend yourself. What is causing the war in the Ukraine? What caused the war in Ukraine? Is it not the same purpose, Esther?
So are you saying that the reason why Denmark why you can see those ships in Greenland is basically for something sinister?
Look, the man has given you his reasons to protect America. Is that not a very good reason? No, tell me. What caused the war in Ukraine? Is it not for the same purpose that Russia said, no, you can't have a base behind my back here? Is that not what caused the problem, Esther? You are saying this as if America is the worst culprit. All of them are complicit. China doesn't want Taiwan and these other people to have independence because of the same reason. China Sea is in a dispute today between Japan and China. The people all over the world, people are protecting their territory. Nigeria is the only country that opened their border for terrorists to come in. Esther, is that not a fact?
This is not the first time that Trump has been eyeing that island.
Leave whether he's eyeing it or not.
In 2019,
he has a reason.
During his first presidential tenure, Trump offered to buy the island, but Esther, they rejected it.
Hold on, come.
They said he cannot buy their island.
Listen, it's a question of negotiation. Esther, do you know Alaska? America bought Alaska from USSR in 1867. They bought it, and that was the state that made up the 50th state of America. So this is happened. It didn't start today. Just for USSR said, look, this particular area is very close to America. So, in fact, literally, America can take it. So instead of taking it by force, let us sell it to them because it's far from us. Go and read the history of Alaska.
Today, so, Barrister, do you know that Trump has not ruled out the use of force? If Greenland refuses to budge, Trump may use force to acquire the island.
I will advise them to agree with him. I will advise him.
Do you know that's the same thing that Russia did to Ukraine? Do you know that is exactly what Russia did to Ukraine?
You agree now, Abi? You agree now. And so why are you blaming Donald Trump? You agree now that Russia did the same thing to Ukraine, and you are not blaming Donald Trump. These states that surrounded Nigeria here, where the terrorists are walking into Nigeria for, do you know that Donald Trump will just issue them a statement within 24 hours that anybody that cross from that country and enter Nigeria, that they should wait for him. But you see some of these Nigerian rascals walking into Nigeria, claiming that their great-grandfather is in Nigeria. They came to say hello to him. Who have time for that rubbish?
But do you know that Niger closed its border when they heard that Nigeria took over the airspace of Benin Republic?
After closing
it was
the
very
border.
Swift. Niger did what they did. It takes time for Nigeria to do that against them.
So, don't you see the affinity between Nigeria and Niger? When Buhari told you that his cousins are there, unfortunately, since he left office until he died, he never stepped into that country because there was a coup and he couldn't go there. All the investment that Nigeria made into that country now, the military have seized all of them. We can't even go close.
All right, Barrister, we need to open the phone lines. But so now,
what I'm saying in essence is that, Esther, let us call a spade here. For me, we need a policeman to check the excesses of the terrorists. Their arrogance is becoming too much. They have to be afraid of somebody. That's what I'm saying. Since Nigeria cannot do it, you claim to be the giant of Africa, yet you cannot even control your ECOWAS territory. You can't even influence them to do the right thing. You can't even enthrone democracy so that other African nations can copy. You are not even strong enough to checkmate rascals here who are terrorizing Nigerians, and you are calling yourself the giant of Africa. What is the giant in you then? So if they don't want a Donald Trump to extend whatever then they should do the right thing, Esther. This woman that gathered all the opposition who wanted to contest election with her in Tanzania and put them into detention, Esther, is that democracy? Tell me, is that democracy?
All right, Barrister, very quickly, because we need to open the phone lines. Obi Kwankwaso and to battle Atiku for the ADC ticket. Indications have emerged that a joint presidential ticket involving former presidential candidates Peter Obi and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is being considered ahead of the 2027 general elections, with the pair expected to challenge former Vice President Atiku Abubakar for the presidential ticket of the coalition-led African Democratic Congress amid renewed efforts to unify the opposition. Obi and Kwankwaso, who were the presidential candidates of the Labour Party, and the New Nigeria People's Party, respectively, in the 2023 elections, have attempted to form alliance before that poll. Now, the talks collapsed following disagreements over who would be the candidate and the running mate. Now, if you recall, when Pat Utomi wanted to create a very major, big political opposition party, Kwankwaso had said then that if he would not be the presidential flag bearer of that opposition, he'll not be part of it, and that was how that coalition talk at that time collapsed. Now, Kwankwaso is saying that he doesn't mind becoming a vice presidential candidate or a presidential candidate, that is the only thing that will make him join any political party right about now. And there are talks that Kwankwaso may join the ADC and run to be a vice presidential candidate. We had thought that it would be maybe Obi or Tambua, but now that Atiku is on the running in the ticket, what do you think this represents? Because Obi and Kwankwaso, along with Atiku, what are they fighting for?
I will advise Kwankwaso to sit down. Kwankwaso, is it not only Kano that is making noise? And now Kano has gone to APC. He had only 1 million votes during the last election. So what is he bringing to ADC that will make him to be vying for a ticket? No, tell me. You don't come together during primaries. So during primaries, you don't come together with anybody to contest primary. You're on your own. It is only after the primary that you can begin to talk of coming together and all that. So, is he coming to vie for a ticket with what? What is he bringing to ADC? I will advise him to wait let him respect himself.
Well, over the weekend, there were fresh efforts to reconcile both camps, and is being spearheaded by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who is said to be convinced that a united Obi Kwankwaso ticket offers the opposition a better chance of mounting a credible challenge to President Tinubu in 2027. And multiple sources familiar with the talks said Obasanjo has been able to tentatively persuade Kwankwaso to accept to be Obi's running mate. While Obi formally joined the ADC penultimate week and had earlier actually indicated his intention to be on the ballot, Kwankwaso, who remains in the NNPP, told his supporters at the weekend that he was in discussions with political leaders and would soon announce his next line of action. The next line of action is to see if he's going to join the ADC. Kwankwaso is saying that he was not going to take anything less than a VP role. And obviously, we know that in the All Progressives Congress, they are not really considering another Muslim ticket. There are talks that in 2027, President Tinubu would have to choose a northern candidate who is a Christian and not a Muslim. The buses that we have seen for the campaign is only the president's face. We've not been seeing that of Shetima. And in all of this, Shetima has actually been quiet. So obviously, the role that Kwankwaso wants in the All Progressives Congress may not be given to him unless he wants to wait till 2031. So what's your reaction to this?
My reaction is that the Kwankwaso is not bringing anything to the table. Is that not a fact? So it should not be given a condition telling us that he's coming for VP. It's somebody that will call him to be his VP. He cannot choose himself. That is one. Then two, we are not going to have Muslim ticket again in this country. Christians should not allow it. We have given a lot of, we have made a lot of sacrifices. Yeah, it didn't work. We did it with Abiola and King Igbe. We did it with Tinubu and Shetima. Yet, what did we have? Why can't we have a Christian ticket then? Why can't we have it? At least for a change. Why must it be Muslim ticket? When this thing started, did I not condemn it here? Did I not? That this thing will not all go away. They say, no, it's a lie. After all, Tinubu married a Christian wife. So, what role is the Christian wife playing now? With all this genocide that is going on, what role did she play?
So, in other words, what are you saying about a potential of Kwankwaso joining the ADC to be OP's running mate?
I have told you that gambit will not fly.
Okay,
Kwankwaso is a spent force in the north. He cannot bring any vote. I told you, it's only Kano that is forte. And the Kano is not even intact for him as of today. Kano is not intact for Kwankwaso. So what is he bringing to the table? Do you think when he tell me that he's just vying for the vice president, therefore I will say, okay, that one, okay, no problem. No, we are not interested in it. We are talking of somebody that we bring vote in the north.
So Kwankwaso cannot bring any vote
in the north? Is it not obvious? I just told you here. Why not counter me now? He has only 1 million votes from Kano. Where else? No, tell me which other state is controlling.
So who do you think will be a better
I don't know for now until they do their primaries, Esther. Let us know who is coming in and who is going out. Until they do their primary, my happiness is that Obi is in ADC for now. So let them do their primaries and let's see what pans out. I cannot dictate for them who to choose or who not to choose. Let them do their primary because we are thinking of winning an election, not the people that are going to contest. No, it is not proper for you to contest and fail. You should make a strategic plan in here so that you will get victory. That is my own take. Well, whatever plan you are making, it should be planned for victory.
Well, in 2023, Kwankwaso disclosed on a national television that northern voters will not vote for a candidate from the southeast as president due to realities on the ground, and that's the primary reason why he wouldn't want to be a VP candidate to OB. So again, that video has resurfaced,
of course,
where a lot of Nigerians are saying that, is this the person you guys are proposing to join the ADC? Someone who said that he cannot be part of OB's niche or be a vice to niche. But well, as it stands now, right now, most of what we're hearing is that Kwankwaso and Peter Obi may have to battle the ticket with Atiku Abubakar. So Atiku is literally still on the running. Again, interestingly, Barrister Darlington, we actually had a lot to discuss, but let's take Nigeria's reactions and contributions. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756. 338. Remember, we try to cover all sides in the conversation. My job is to ask questions from all sides and not to lean towards anywhere. And I ask questions based on Trump's true intentions, Trump's antecedents, what Trump is supposedly meant to represent, and the current reality on ground. Why Trump cannot do what he did to Venezuela, in Russia, in obviously Israel as well. Again, these are valid questions to be responded to. And obviously we talked about Nyesom Wike, the situation in Rivers, and the threats he has actually given to the All Progressives Congress. Obviously what's going on in the ADC as well. Kwankwaso happened to battle it with Atiku along with Peter Obi. I would like to know your thoughts. Please, let's just make sure that we retain 1 minute so we can take as many calls and take out some messages as quick as possible. Thank you very much for adhering to that. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the program. How are you and what's your name? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Compliment of the season. Happy New Year. What's your name? Hello? All right, 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello? Hello? So you calling on WhatsApp. If your internet is not strong, don't bother because it's not connecting. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the program. Please, what's your name? Hello, I can hear you. What is your name?
Calling from Agara State.
Calling from where, sir?
Agara State.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
I greet Barrister.
Well done.
Hello?
I think there are no people in River State.
You're breaking, Olga. Hello?
I just want to ask, hello,
Okay, what did you say?
about River State matter. The people there, not that you don't have the people, but what is going on is just because of Tinubu is supporting him reaching. That is why everybody is just looking at the ways to moment sack UK. I think
Okay, I'm talking 1-1. Oh. What's going on?
okay,
Is it network?
I get what you're saying.
All right, thank you very much.
Esther,
Sir?
what happened in PDP and Wike should not happen in Rivers? All this, they are waiting. They don't want to give in time. You are waiting and we're waiting and watching while the guy is causing a lot of damage.
All right, hello, good evening.
hello.
Please turn down the volume of your radio, please.
Turn it off.
Hello, good evening.
Barrister, good evening. My name is Robert.
Good evening.
I want to talk about two issues. Number one, this Wike, I don't know, maybe people are not advising this man. Is he the only one in River State? How can somebody be making trouble all the days of his life? There's no day for peace. If I thought you put somebody there, won't you give the person in peace for God's sake? Is it the only? We have people like Odili and big men in that state. They are keep quiet. only you in FCT, you are another leg in Rivers. You trouble this man during his first time. He never gets rest. Yet I don't know this weekend. Is it bigger than God? I don't know. The thing is just paining me. Then this America something that they captured that Venezuela man. It is that man has been a fugitive since 2020. Many people don't know.
So I thought back
the American warned him, don't bring drugs to our country. He refused, and they capture him like a bird. He's in and his wife. Colombia president was threatening today that he will take military action. Honestly, I want that man to come. These are drug cartels.
Yes.
We're talking of drug. Colombia, Cuba. These people. Colombia is threatening America. Even North Korea, they say it is illegal sovereignty and whatever. Why can't they advise this Venezuelan man to stop bringing drugs to America all this while? It is captured now. People are telling Trump violated the sovereignty of a country. I'm with Trump 100%. If he can continue to do this thing, honestly, anybody that is involved with drugs should be captured like a fowl like this. I'm very, very in support of it. Thank you very much, Ogadality. You don't make me go watch ball, Ogadality.
Well, Nigeria is leading now 2-0. So yes, Nigeria is leading 2-0. I think Nigeria is playing with Mozambique. Yeah, I think Mozambique. So Nigeria is 2, Mozambique is 0.
Mozambique, now we they marry their mama now, so that one no be problem. Now South Africa.
Hello.
Yeah, this is
Good evening.
Oracle.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we should be saying this Oracle.
Oracle.
Yeah, I'm calling from Oshodi.
Calling from where?
Oshodi.
Oshodi Solo. All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, with all what we have been talking on daily basis, and it does not change the status quo. Number one, those children who are not yet 18 years of age, they can vote, they can be registered. By the time they get to 2027, they will be 18 years old. That's one. Two, Muslim ticket can never work again in this country. Whether it's a South Muslim or a Northern Muslim, it negates the originality of the federalism in the country. So I oppose to Muslim ticket, irrespective of anything that happens. Number three, most of the politicians that they are just talking, they just want to test the seat. They don't have a manifesto. They don't have an agenda that is tenable, that is workable, that is sustainable, that is planful for the citizen. So there is no plan. So why don't we do something meaningful rather than waiting for UK, waiting for Trump here and there? Something should be done instead of talking. Let's be pragmatic. Let's not be programmatic. That's what I can say for now. Ahead of the year.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Thank you. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. And the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. If you're calling on WhatsApp, please make sure you have good network. All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening. Welcome to the program. Happy New Year.
Same to you. Esther, good evening, sir.
Hey, their voice is low. I don't know why.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Go
ahead. Good evening, sir. Happy New Year, sir. Yes. This Uche from Ijogun.
His voice is low. Hello, Uche.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, concerning what Trump is doing, see, there's no way everybody will just sit down and be watching all this rubbish going on around the world. Imagine our leaders just doing anyhow all the time. They are doing on deceiving people, corrupting people, teaching people how to do evil, not even unbelievable things. Just imagine what is happening in Nigeria. How can we continue like this? It's not good now. So what Trump is doing, I support that way he's doing 100%. Let's see if there will be peace and orderliness in the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Yes.
Esther,
Sorry?
I will advise Nigerians, please, not everything government tell you that you just swallow hook, line, and sinker. Okay. This Muslim ticket, did you remember what I said here when we are talking? I said no. I remember all I said. Now look at what he brought to us. Look at what he brought to us.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Happy New Year. How are you?
Fine. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year, Barrister.
Well done, my brother.
Okay, I would like to comment on both issues.
You didn't tell us
One
your
of
name.
them is the issue of the Venezuela.
You didn't tell us your name.
What's your name?
Now, I think what we should all be looking at is the circumstance that brought about this situation. You have a president who pre-presidency had already had issues in terms of participation in narcotics. Do you realize that he actually even had a case in the United States? If you remember, Trump issued a bounty, which I believe everyone is aware. The only time you issue a bounty is somebody jumps bail. So this issue, if Nigerians will be careful enough to go through the history of Maduro, then we will understand that we've created a situation where even the laws that are supposed to guide the way we do things, criminal elements of the society are taking advantage of it. I hear a lot of people comment, and they say that what he did is he was
Okay, your WhatsApp connection don't go bad. Yes, hello. I think they're getting calls. No, the thing is, if you're using WhatsApp, make sure that you don't have any call that interrupts. WhatsApp. He's calling on WhatsApp, yeah. 08036929933. If you're calling on WhatsApp, make sure you don't have any call that interrupts. All right, and that your connection is quite okay. 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Your voice is very low. Welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Happy New Year. Good evening. Hello. All right, we lost that connection. 08036929933. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. You're not speaking. What's your name, please?
Kanu, K-A-M-E.
Kanu, welcome. Happy New Year. Please kindly go ahead.
Happy New Year, my sister. I'm interested in the issue. You see, what is happening in the country, Nigeria, is because the law is not working. And that is why Wike with his people is doing this. There's an injustice and corruption. That's the problem we have. If I may say, the issue is this. They should ask ANEC to transmit all votes through polling center.
Okay.
If they want to get it right. And anything more than that, they'll get it wrong.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello. You're muted. Hello, good evening. I have picked your call. Hello. Hello. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther, good evening.
Happy New Year to you.
I wish you this good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you.
Mazi.
You see, Esther, you see about the River State here. Between yesterday and Fubara, I know if you pity for them. Because now what them think for nothing, now what them bring with that. Because yesterday I brought the Fubara for that seat. Because we make you cheating people will be carry the vote of people be selling. So now anything that concern between Fubara and yesterday, me, I will even a fire, I will put fuel so that it will raise up. There must anything when they say no goes good, no go good. And they don't do it now, they will must receive the punishment. Now when they pray for them with that. I concerned about it of Trump. We are the wish Trump good health and long life. As you remember Nigeria, that's it, he will rule 8 years. So that he will walk the work way for Nigeria finish. Make this terror, make it the terror. Why did they do us like this?
Right.
Make the Trump bring the bomber to bomber. I want to think with that.
Thank you very much. But unfortunately, after this 4 years, Trump cannot ever be
that's why
a president.
The one man to make maximum use of
Hello?
his powers. Yes. Esther.
Okay, when I have just picked you and you've cut off this. Oh, okay.
Esther.
Sir?
Did
Hello?
you know how Otedola became the governor of Lagos State?
Hello, good evening. Barrister, please hold your thought. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Good
Happy New
evening,
Year.
Esther.
How are you, sir?
And good evening, Ambassador Arlington.
Well done, my brother. How you doing?
Thank you, my brother. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Okay, his call has gone off. In the app on our
He cut
WhatsApp.
off.
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy New Year to you. Darrington, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
This is Mr. Mba from Elasa.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Mba, welcome.
Yeah, Esther,
Sir?
my topic goes about the insecurity
Okay.
and concerning the Trumbu. You see, it has come clear and it has come to the time that Nigerians should hold Trumbu and all the whole leaders of the Northerners, both the governors, both the states, both the senators, both the federal government accountable of genocide happening in northern part of this country. The reason why Mr. Mba is saying it like this is because the Dubai government announced the names of those sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria, which Nigerian government cannot even work out. But to hear that interaction between Wike and the pastor, whatever, was tracked, right? But the terrorists are the harboring people, killing people for more than 14 years in Nigeria. None any terrorists are going to court in Nigeria or be sentenced life imprisonment. Then now, and they are keeping on massacring people every day. Trumbu cannot do anything. Trumbu cannot bring those ways to read up for Nigerians, which means they have hands in what is happening in Nigeria concerning terrorism. Trumbu should hold responsible. And all the governors in the north should hold responsible. Their senators, their governors should hold responsible. This is not time to be in a word. This is not time when somebody will come into radio station, you begin to take a word. Nigeria.
Right, thank you very much. So it's President Tinubu. All right, it's not Tinubu. My brother, I got you, man. Ogano said that's all he's concerned, but I got you. What's your Tinubu? I love you, bro. I love you. All right, let me take some messages. Good evening, Esther. Happy New Year. See what happened in Rivers. God works. Remember what happened to PDP. That is what is playing out now. God will put both of them to shame in Jesus' name. Let's watch and see. All that is a lie. All right, I'm going back to all of you who sent messages earlier, so you don't say I excluded or did not read your messages. Good evening, VIP. My name is Desmond Toby from Ibechileki. About the political recklessness and lack of manners from Newton Wike, it's high time the president should take a stand to call this man to order. Failure to do this will plunge the country's already politically tensed environment into more trouble that will be difficult to contain. He's about to destabilize the nation. This conspiracy of silence to contain him will not be sustained. Mr. Toby has spoken. Bow. Okay, Esther, with what Donald Trump did in Venezuela, if the world supports him, a new Adolf Hitler is emerging, and behold, another world war. As for Barrister Darlington's view that Wike can destroy PDP like APC, I don't think he can do that beyond River State. Wike no get any power for APC national level. Chiedu from Ogun State.
Now that you are threatening them, go.
Well, he's saying that they should not involve themselves in what's going on in Rivers. That's his concern, that they should not involve themselves in what's going on in
That's
Rivers.
the threat.
That they should not put their mouth in it, despite the fact that the governor there is now in the APC. All right, good evening, Esther Wachiku, guests and listeners. One, since Bola Tinubu could use his national presidential power to remove Mr. Sim Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, temporarily, and put one man to act as governor, Mr. Donald Trump, the president of the US, should also use his global presidential power to... I don't get joy. Mr. Adeleye in Lagos, I ain't gonna read that message, but I'm sure you guys understand what Mr. Adeleye means. Good evening, Esther. The political analysts have started again, attacking Wike and Famzin Fubara. I think we all remember how the game was played before and how Fubara disappointed all of you. When I don't start again by analyzing to suit your hate against Wike, we're here and watching. Tunde from Ijegu. Tunde, Happy New Year to you.
Why did the Wike go back to Rivers State after the matter has been settled? What role is Wike playing in Rivers State? That's my question. Why should you say nobody should come into Rivers? Nobody should interfere in Rivers State.
They should not interfere in their politics. All right, Prince from Ilasa says, good evening to the station that gives us a voice and my beloved Darlington, a man of high intellectual IQ. When I go make his brain boss now. I'm pleased with what Donald J. Trump did in Venezuela, and I beseech him to visit Nigeria with the same policy and harmony. APC government runs in mediocrity and corruption is the order of the day. APC government has been sleeping on of a bicycle, and we need Donald J. Trump to wake them up and kick them out. Esther, good evening. Good evening to you. Happy New Year. Do you know that Trump can issue a statement to order American military and they will not carry the order out? Immediately the order is issued to the American military, they will carry the order out. But coming to Nigeria, statements and orders, the reserve is the case, or the reverse is the case you intend to write. This is to tell you that something is wrong somewhere. Esther, either the Nigerian military is incapable to fight the bandits or there is no political will behind it. Onwa Inwenufu from Igondo. All right, good evening, Esther. Barrister Darlington, the senior advocate of VAP. My take on is about Wike. Nigeria should want Wike to cool temper and stop and apply another style of leadership. Politics is not good in this type of comments all the time. Nigeria needs total peace in this time around. Thank you all. Elder O. Raphael, Lagos. All right, Elder O. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. If Nigeria don't want Trump to come, we should end the killing course. Trump might start going after terrorist sponsors. As for Wike, he is behaving like a drowning man who is grabbing any weed he sees in river to save his life. Whatever he will say about Ashiwaju El-Rufai has said worse. Hope the deputy Senate president that said he's not afraid of Trump will repeat his statement after saying what he did in Venezuela. From Chief Udo. Good evening, VOP. We should think deeper than what we're doing now. Honestly, how come the terrorists who are running away from Sokoto forest unleash such mayhem in Niger State and the military, not even the police, could do anything? Louis from Surulere. Somebody is asking, where is Nigeria sovereign in U.S. intervention? Please, where is your president in all this? Sovereign nation indeed. No name. Kindly put your name when you send a message. Write your name along, okay? Good evening, VOP International. Happy New Year. President Tinubu should help us in Kwara State. No more security in Kwara State. Ayawale Kainde Hussein Bababeji anyway from Oshodi. All right. Good evening, VOP. Darlington says we should tell him what is good about APC. Nel Fund is one of the beneficiary of Nigerians, which my son was one of them. So what is Darlington talking about? Emmanuel. All right, Emmanuel. Good evening, Barrister Darlington. I want you to know that Russia is more powerful than America. It's just that they aren't too verbal like the USA. The Russian nuclear weapons are 5,000 and more, while the US has 4,600 nuclear weapons.
That one is what are you saying? Economical linker.
All right. Good evening, Esther. I want to remind you that Israel has suffered more in the hand of the Arabs in the Middle East. The Hamas, the Hezbollah, and Houthis boys are all terrorist boys sponsored by Iran. From Chike in Ikorodu. Good evening, Esther and Barrister. The fear of America is the beginning of wisdom. I pray that Trump will intervene in Nigeria. Does a man from Iyanishashi. All right, Dozeman, Happy New Year to you. Bonsoir, Esther Wachko and Barrister Darlington. Please, Barrister Darlington, can I ask you a question? Have you heard Nigerian Muslims condemn the Fulani or Islam terrorists? Rather, they say anyone who is not going to be a Muslim must be killed, and they're killing.
Exactly.
So, my dear Barrister Darlington, don't finish your saliva. Tinubu cannot arrest Gunmi or any of the big terrorists sponsoring because both are working together. If he does, they will attack him. Whatever he says, if he calls their names, Engineer Kalu from Benin Republic. Small fly. Atiku and Obi should join. Obi campaign south with picture up front for the south side. Atiku campaign north with his pick up front for the north. At the end, they can alternate position during office term. One half vice, one half president. Okay. Good evening, Esther. Okay. This person says, Now, with expulsion from PDP and the defection of Fubara to APC, Wike has become a wounded lion. He too realizes that he has lost his political relevance as far as River State polity is concerned. Hence, Fubara is a political leader of the state. The end of his political career is even near when he is relieved of the FCT ministerial appointment, Engineer Salau from Governor Road, Ikotu. Is it possible that by 2027, if Tinubu wins, Wike may not be given that FCT ministerial position? Is it possible, Barrister Darlington?
It's possible. By that time, he's done. Yes, by that time, he's done. That's when they will not open the book of remembrance. It will have become a very big baggage for Tinubu. That's if I thought they win the election.
Kingsley from Surulere says, good evening, Esther. I know that Barrister Darlington will not like Obi Kwankwaso ticket because it will work against Atiku, Barrister Darlington's man. Good evening, Esther Wanchiku, Barrister Darlington in the studio. Esther, anyone trying to defend APC, especially Tinubu, is an enemy of the country. Late Buhari and Tinubu know some things concerning Boko Haram and bandits because Buhari once said that the Boko Haram and bandits are his brothers during the government of GEJ, in which General Iheji Rika was the chief of army staff. I majored your so-called president to release the 400 names that are sponsors of all these criminals. Then you will know that so many people in power since 2015 till date are part of them. Esther, the only hope we have today is President Trump. No more, no less. Do you know that President Tinubu, Wole Soyinka and Late Buhari worked against President Trump coming back the second time? Really? Wow, woo. I did not know they had the capacity to ensure that Tinubu does not come back the second time.
Who?
That's what this person is saying.
That what?
That Wole Soyinka, Late Buhari, and the president worked back to ensure that Trump does not come back the second time. And I'm asking.
Yes, of course. Yeah, no, it's true.
They had the power to make sure that Trump does not come back the second time.
Because they know he will stop them and not their shenanigans.
In what way did they have any influence to ensure Trump doesn't come back the second time?
At the end of the day, what happened? Americans are happy with Donald Trump because Donald Trump has raised America to where it's supposed to be. Because that has always been the position of America. They don't want a weak president in America. They don't want it. Remember, it happened with that cowboy. What, that American president? When he started Star Wars. Because at that time, Russia, USA was having upper hand. Okay. And America was becoming weak. So when this guy came and started this Star War, they were hailing him. And he did a lot. He did a lot to reposition America.
Hello? Hello? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Boyerson, please go ahead. We have
okay. Time. It's Boyerson from Afromedia.
I know. You called and then the call went
off.
Thank
you. But I greet you.
Well done, my brother.
The network did not allow me before. You see, sorry. My brother, I am asking. I heard that about 40-something people were killed in Niger State
yes.
2 days ago. But is it true?
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's true. Go ahead.
Then, if it is true, I will now ask, what about the military? That is the combined military force, both Nigeria and US, the Trump men. Where are they? Where are they situated? Please, I want to ask.
He's asking you a question, Barrister.
I am just asking because I'm amazed. I am surprised that such a thing could still happen up till now.
You mean the worst? The worst had not happened before, Abi? This is the first time. All
right, boys, and thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening. Happy New Year.
The same to you. I agree with Barrister Darlington.
Well done.
Is this Ibrahim?
No. My name is Malam Bello.
Okay, welcome, Malam Bello. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. You see, I am calling you from Kano here. Let me tell you, those that are calling for Obi and Kwankwaso ticket, yes, they are paving way for Tinubu to win before 12 o'clock in the afternoon come 2027. Because Kwankwaso has no political relevance in the north apart from Kano.
That's the truth.
Apart from Kano, Kwankwaso is not nobody knows Kwankwaso. Remember 2023 general election, Kwankwaso won 1,116,000 116 votes in Kano. Apart from Kano, even in Sokoto, in Zamfara, in Kebbi, in Jigawa, he didn't win anywhere. And you are telling what we want now is somebody that will come and send us out of the that's who we are looking for. But we are not looking for somebody that will come and will win that person easily. We don't want that. So, about one question and that day should be very. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Palambele. So Nigeria just scored one goal. So we're like 3-0 now. We're leading Mozambique. Who scored the last goal? Was it Osimhen? O'Shea? Yeah. All right. 3-0. 3-0. Yeah, it's a good thing.
The match is over now.
Don't say so, Barrister. You know these are our boys. Let them not relax.
If Mozambique, what do you mean? 3-0.
Barrister, I'd like to hear your final take, please.
Esther,
I'm actually quite excited.
Esther,
yes.
Look, let nobody be surprised.
Okay.
Nature abhors a vacuum. Whenever there is a vacuum, since the time of creation, God will always. That's why He said He will raise the standard against the evil men. So at every point in time, something must happen to realign the political atmosphere. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If a Donald Trump does not come to instill fear in these people, it will go bad. Esther, it will go very, very bad. So now that it has started, Nigerian government should wake up. Tinubu, any criminal agreement you had is null and void now because it is affecting you and your government. Go and jettison it and give Nigerians good governance. The fact I don't need you to come and tell me that there was an agreement. Because I remember when the North were pursuing you that you didn't give them. They said that this was not the agreement they had when they gave you 60% of the votes. Esther, didn't you hear it here? So what are you telling me? You think I'm talking what I don't know? There was an agreement, so that agreement is no longer working because it is affecting you. They have made you to look as if you don't know what you are doing. So Barrister, if you want it to continue, go ahead.
Barrister, Wike sang song.
Which song?
Now.
That man is annoying me.
Somebody on YouTube, Chikezie Unwodo says, I told VOP that Fubara will strike again, but they doubted me. Fubara will also betray Tinubu at the last minute. Really? In what way? Is it possible?
So in finality now, let Tinubu go back and think of his future. What would they say after him, after his presidency? Will he be remembered like a Buhari? Or will he be remembered like a Jonathan? And what he did in the few years he was there? These are things that you should bother you. Not everybody running into APC. That's not an achievement. Give Nigerians good governance. Let the economy go back to #1 in Africa.
Precisely.
That's what we are looking for.
All right, Barrister Darlington, thank you so much for being on the Evening Rush today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of the conversation. I sincerely do apologize for those of you I couldn't take your calls and your messages. I did try, and God bless you, to be honest. I'm quite excited because of the game today. At least that's one good news. Nigeria is leading Mozambique 3-0. So I'm sure you're wondering, why is Esther just smiling cheek to cheek? Well, I'm happy. For a very long time, we hadn't had something this good, and there's a possibility that we may actually strike again. It's like very close. Okay. All right. We're done with the show this evening. I will definitely be seeing you tomorrow. Mr. Shaku Shakuton will join us on the show tomorrow for the Evening Rush. Do kindly stay with us on VIP 903 FM. We'll continue to update you about happenings going on in Nigeria and provide you logical conversations where we intellectually get to edify ourselves. Do have yourself a wonderful evening. Bye for now.